Welcome to tonight's sleep story, The Sculptor's Heart, Pygmalion and Galatea. As you settle in, let your mind drift into the world of ancient mythology, where we explore a tale of deep longing and divine compassion. This is the story of Pygmalion, a solitary artist whose devotion to his work captures the attention of the goddess Aphrodite, guiding us through the gentle grace of transformation. Rest now, and let the soft whispers of antiquity lull you into slumber. And now, let the tale unfold. On the sun-kissed island of Cyprus, amid the whispers of the soothing Mediterranean breeze, there lived a man named Pygmalion. Secluded from the clamor of society, he was a sculptor of unparalleled skill, a craftsman whose movements were infused with the quiet intensity of passion. Each dawn, as warm amber and golden hues danced across the sleepy landscape, Pygmalion retreated into the solace of his workshop. It was his sanctuary, a haven where the outside world faded into echoes, replaced by the gentle music of chisels against marble. Within this sanctuary, amid statues frozen in various expressions, Pygmalion's devotion to sculpture was absolute. His hands, worn yet deft, moved with a deliberate grace, breathing semblances of life into the cold stone. This devotion bordered on obsession, yet for Pygmalion it was not just a craft, it was a calling. Each stroke of his chisel whispered of an unwavering dedication, a testament to his pursuit of beauty. His choice of solitude, however, was not without reason. Disillusioned by the imperfections of humanity, Pygmalion found solace in the silence of stone, preferring its stillness to the unpredictable nature of human interaction. People often failed to comprehend his retreat, their judgments forming an invisible barrier that kept him apart. Yet, Pygmalion viewed his isolation not as a burden, but as a necessary path to find the purity he sought in art. Pygmalion's workshop was a landscape in its own right, filled with an army of silent figures. These statues, each with a fragment of a story, watched silently as the sculptor moved among them. This was the realm of his aspiration and ambition, a realm where his inner world met the tangible reality of marble and motion. Here, surrounded by the graceful imagery of deities and mythical figures, Pygmalion's peace was palpable, emanating from the silent harmony of his creations. Yet, within him rumbled a yearning, a relentless ambition that sought to transcend mere craft. The sculptor was driven by a vision, an ethereal reflection of beauty that resisted capture. His soul longed for a masterpiece, a singular creation that would embody perfection and fulfill the ideals to which lesser creations only alluded. This ambition was a beacon in his solitary life, lighting his path in the dimness of loneliness. With this inspiration, Pygmalion embarked on crafting something extraordinary. In the heart of his workshop stood an imposing block of marble, awaiting transformation. As his hands began their work, each mark he left upon the stone seemed to etch a new chapter into his soul's story. Every chisel stroke was fueled by a vision of exquisite beauty, guided by an image that dwelt only in his mind's eye. It was this vision that spurred him onward, consuming him and driving each deliberate action. His dedication grew into a fervent obsession, hours slipping away unnoticed beneath his focused gaze. Night and day blended, marked only by the shifting light filtering into the workshop. This tireless pursuit was one of creation and revelation, as each moment spent with the marble revealed new possibilities. The essence of his endeavor was as a moth drawn to flame, irresistible and all-consuming. Though isolated by choice, Pygmalion's world occasionally intersected with the bustle of village life. Villagers, curious and speculative, would observe him from a distance, their whispers filling the spaces where Pygmalion's presence lingered. Their brief exchanges served only as reminders of his disconnection, the moments brief and the conversations sparse. The sculptor's focus remained unbroken, their voices mere echoes beneath the rhythm of hammer and chisel. As the sun reached its zenith, casting soft browns and golden light through the wooden slats of his workshop, Pygmalion's ambition was rooted in the stone before him. The statue, still yet incomplete, promised transformation. And within Pygmalion's heart stirred not only the artistry of creation but something more profound, an inkling of the journey upon which he was about to embark. A whisper of potential change sparked by love's mysterious promise. In these gentle moments, as the workshop basked in the soft glow of spring, a transition began, one that the sculptor could not yet see but deeply felt. The burgeoning life that awaited release from within the cold marble, a story yet to unfold. Dawn gently breaks over the island of Cyprus, casting a soft glow into Pygmalion's workshop. The sculptor stands poised before the marble block, which holds the promise of transformation within its cold embrace. Driven by a vision that dances in his mind's eye, he begins the delicate task of sculpting Galatea. Each initial chisel stroke is purposeful and deliberate, setting the foundation for the figure that will soon emerge. As the marble yields under his practiced touch, the shape of Galatea begins to form, imbued with both hope and a sense of impending beauty. Pygmalion's focus is unwavering as he turns his attention to the face of the statue. Here, he breathes life into the stone, each refined detail a testament to his devotion. Subtle expressions slowly surface, hinting at warmth and vitality, evoking a sense of familiarity within his heart. Pygmalion works tirelessly, often caught in moments of deep contemplation as emotions seem to weave through the marble under his skilled hands. The face, bathed in dawn's pale gold light, becomes a canvas for his dreams. Transitioning from the face, Pygmalion meticulously sculpts Galatea's hands and feet, each curve and contour designed to mimic the fluidity of life itself. He moves with precision, every motion carrying intent and admiration for the nascent creation. His touch reveals an attention to detail born from years of solitude, where each interaction with stone was a lesson in understanding intricacies beyond human imperfections. These elements slowly come together, completing a picture of grace as delicate as a whisper. The statue seems to demand Pygmalion's dialogue, his whispers echoing softly around the chamber as he speaks to her as if she were alive. As the work progresses, Pygmalion becomes increasingly absorbed in the emerging beauty of Galatea. The expressions on her face start to transform, capturing a warmth that defies its marble origins. Light dances upon the surface, accentuating the details that Pygmalion skillfully brings to life. His fervor and dedication move him to speak not only to Galatea but also about her, weaving a narrative that exists in the interplay of shadows and the vibrant soul he envisions within the stone. His admiration intensifies with each stroke of the chisel, as the transformation from marble to lifelike elegance unfolds. There is a tranquil certainty innate to Pygmalion as he sees her beauty emerge, suggesting an unspoken bond between creator and creation. In these moments, the boundary between artist and artwork begins to blur, evoking a deep sense of fulfillment and silent wonder. He often pauses, captivated by the lifelike beauty that dances on the edge of reality before his eyes. Hours pass, in what seems only moments, yet the completion of Galatea draws near. Pygmalion's devotion becomes a gentle thread linking heart and sculpture, crafting an unseen weave between dream and form. The artist's intense connection with Galatea leads him to envision her responding to his words, her marble eyes whispering secrets of their own. As the workshop bathes in the creamy white light of the spring morning, an indescribable peace envelops Pygmalion, mingling with anticipation and hope. In these gentle moments, as the workshop basked in the soft glow of spring, a transition began, one that the sculptor could not yet see but deeply felt. Pygmalion stood before the statue of Galatea, marveling at the creation that had captured his heart and soul. Each contour and curve, each delicate feature crafted with loving precision, filled him with a profound sense of admiration. His hands had transformed a cold block of marble into something profoundly beautiful, resonating with purity and idealized form. Pygmalion felt an intense connection to Galatea, as though the gentle gaze shaped in her features mirrored the longing of his own heart. With tender care, Pygmalion adorned the statue with fine garments, draping her in soft fabrics that whispered of elegance and grace. He placed a delicate necklace around her neck, the jewels catching the light and adding a soft glow to the alabaster skin. To him, these adornments were not merely embellishments, but an expression of reverence and hope, a wish for life to spark where there was none. In his solitude, Pygmalion's days and nights took on a rhythm that revolved around his beloved creation. He spoke to Galatea with the tenderness reserved for cherished companions, sharing dreams, hopes, and quiet musings of the soul. Every word was a testament to the depth of his longing and the intensity of his devotion, as he contemplated the possibility of a breath or a heartbeat in the stillness of the workshop. The more he engaged with her, the more he yearned for a wondrous miracle that might breathe life into the ivory form. Yet, even amidst this adoration, the solitude of his existence echoed louder than ever, creating a stark contrast. The world outside seemed distant and mundane compared to the ethereal connection he felt within the confines of his workshop. As days turned to weeks, Pygmalion's reverence for his creation deepened, and with it grew a melancholic longing, a poignant sense of despair masked beneath the veneer of artistic devotion. With each passing moment, the sculptor felt drawn to a higher power, one he believed might have the compassion to intervene. He began to pray to Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty, whose influence was said to breathe life into all things. Pygmalion's prayers were filled with heartfelt pleas, a soul's earnest whisper to the divine, asking for the impossible. He sought the favor of the goddess who represented everything he longed for in Galatea: love, beauty, and life itself. Driven by hope and desperation, he made offerings at Aphrodite's altar, gestures of faith that he hoped would attract the goddess's attention. Candles flickered as the evening light painted the temple with hues of fiery orange and dusky purple. The gentle sea breeze carried his whispered petitions to the heavens, where he envisioned Aphrodite might be listening. The sight of Pygmalion, absorbed in prayer and devotion, did not go unnoticed in the village. Whispers began to circulate among the villagers, who were both intrigued and puzzled by the sculptor's fervent rituals. Observing a man of such skill and reputation in moments of vulnerability sparked curiosity and conversation, as they contemplated the nature of his silent supplications. Pygmalion's devotion set him apart, weaving a tale of longing that quietly threaded through the community. In the stillness of a twilight evening, Pygmalion knelt before the small altar dedicated to the goddess, bathed in the soft glow of the setting sun. His heart ached with the weight of his desires, and he surrendered his hopes to Aphrodite's mercy. He knew that only divine intervention could bestow the breath of life upon Galatea, and in this his faith remained unwavering. As the stars began to wink into the night sky, Pygmalion arose from his prayers, suffused with a fragile hope. In the sanctuary of the temple, with the soothing sound of the sea in the background, he felt a delicate peace settle over him. Deep within, a flicker of anticipation began to kindle, a whisper of the possibility that his plea might be heard. In the tranquil hours of dusk, as the golden light bathed the island of Cyprus, Pygmalion's fervent prayers floated gently across the serene atmosphere, reaching the ears of the divine. The sculptor's heart, filled with hope and longing, had been unburdened at the altar of Aphrodite, the goddess who governed love and beauty. His supplications, earnest and sincere, resonated with a depth that distinguished them from the countless other prayers whispered upon the coastal winds. From her celestial abode, Aphrodite watched with gentle compassion the mortal who had forsworn the imperfections of humanity for the pursuit of something he found pure and unblemished in art. The goddess, her essence imbued with the grace of eternal love, felt the sincerity in Pygmalion's unyielding desire to find connection through his masterpiece, Galatea. Such devotion did not escape her notice. It was as if Pygmalion's heart beat in rhythm with the very essence of the love she embodied. Moved by his devotion, Aphrodite resolved to visit the sculptor's workshop, concealed under the guise of mortal form, so she could see for herself the creation that had inspired such heartfelt pleas. Her presence within the workshop was like the whisper of a gentle breeze, unseen but felt deeply, infusing the space with an aura that shimmered with divinity. The ethereal beauty of Aphrodite's aura mingled with the artistic aura of the sculptor's sanctuary, creating a harmony of otherworldly enchantment. There, surrounded by the soft glow of the setting sun, stood Galatea, the sublime figure that had emerged from Pygmalion's inspired vision. As Aphrodite gazed upon the statue, admiration welled within her for the craftsmanship, for the beauty that was so painstakingly brought forth from formless stone. Pygmalion's artistry was not just in the chiseled form, but in the breath of life he had imagined for her, frozen within each curve and line. The goddess, moved by this artistry fused with love and longing, reached out and placed her gentle touch upon the cool marble of Galatea. Her divine fingers seemed to impart a warmth that lingered like the residual glow of a setting summer sun. It was a gesture of divine favor, a prelude to the transformation that lay ahead, hidden within the fabric of mortal perception. Though Pygmalion was not present to witness the goddess's visit, his heart sensed a subtle change in the air. It was as though an unseen presence had graced his sanctum, a hint of a divine aura that lingered even after Aphrodite had departed. This feeling of sacred promise was akin to a gentle caress on the troubled waters of Pygmalion's yearning, an assurance whispered yet not heard by mortal ears. That night, as the island slept under a canopy of stars, Pygmalion dreamed a dream touched by the divine. In this vision, Aphrodite appeared to him, radiant with celestial light, offering a promise of hope. Her voice, like a lullaby in the quiet of the night, assured the sculptor that his prayers had not been in vain. The goddess's pledge reverberated through his dreamscape, a melody of hope and grace that danced on the periphery of his subconscious. As dawn's gentle fingers spread light across the tranquil island, Pygmalion awoke, the remnants of his dream still vivid in his mind. A new sense of hope unfurled within his soul, like a blossom opening to the morning sun. Yet, the rational part of his being wore a thin veil of skepticism, tempered by the reality of a life without miraculous interventions. Nonetheless, a flicker of faith persisted within, an ember that would refuse to be extinguished by doubt. Throughout the day, the sculptor moved around his workshop, allowing himself to bask in the renewed hope kindled by his divine encounter. The memory of Aphrodite's dream voice lingered, coaxing him toward belief in what seemed impossible. As the sun set once more, casting the world into the soft embrace of twilight, a sense of calm anticipation settled in, an awareness that something wondrous awaited realization. In the tranquil hush of the early morning, the world seemed to hold its breath as a new, gentle dawn light filtered into Pygmalion's workshop. Soft beams of golden light caressed the statues that stood silently in their places, casting long shadows on the cool stone floor. Pygmalion, brimming with hopeful anticipation, quietly approached the statue of Galatea, a creation that had captured his heart and ignited his soul with the fervor of passion. He had spent countless hours pouring his love and devotion into sculpting her, and now, a tantalizing sense of expectancy hummed in the air, echoing the promise of an extraordinary moment. With gentle reverence, Pygmalion reached out to the statue, tracing the smooth curves of Galatea's hand with his fingertips, half afraid that this tender touch would shatter his expectant dream. To his amazement, beneath the cool surface of marble, he sensed a subtle warmth, a burgeoning softness, as if the stone itself was awakening to his caress. Time seemed to stretch and dissolve as he stood, enveloped in an awe that filled him with both trepidation and wonder. Gradually, the hard marble softened and transformed under his touch, yielding to the miracle that so many had deemed impossible. A new texture emerged, one that was warm and responsive, pulsing with the gentle rhythm of life. Pygmalion stepped back, witnessing the transformation unfold before his very eyes, his heart swelling with disbelief and joy. He could scarcely breathe, overwhelmed by the astounding sight of his cherished Galatea stepping from the constraints of stone into the realm of the living. Then, with a quiet wonder that belied the incredible magic of the moment, Galatea's eyes fluttered open. Alomorphic light danced within them, bringing forth an intelligence and spark Pygmalion had only imagined. A moment of pure understanding passed between the sculptor and his beloved creation, unspoken yet profound, as they gazed into each other's eyes. It was a silent conversation of shared wonder and blooming affection, a testament to the inner dreams that had found their way into the real world. Aphrodite, though unseen, was ever present, her benevolent aura blessing the union she had tenderly crafted. Her grace lingered like a soft whisper in the air, assuring that the miracle would endure beyond the boundaries of this remarkable morning. The sense of her blessing wrapped around the moment, reinforcing the bond between creation and creator, one forged through devotion and divine favor. Standing before Galatea, Pygmalion realized with an overwhelming wave of gratitude that his deepest wish had been fulfilled. In combining his love and artistry, he had not only brought forth a masterpiece of physical beauty, but had bridged the divide between dream and reality, giving life to an ideal love. The warmth of gratitude suffused his being, an everlasting fire kindled within his heart. In the midst of this miracle, the lines between art and life blurred, melding into a new existence that promised to be as beautiful and complex as the artwork itself. Pygmalion and Galatea communicated with soft smiles and tender gestures, a language as ancient as creation itself. Together, they stood poised at the beginning of a new journey, one that promised to be filled with discovery and wonder. As the soft pink hues of dawn blossomed into the broader daylight, Pygmalion and Galatea basked in the promise of their shared life. A love like theirs, nurtured through artistry and divine touch, held infinite potential to inspire and transform. And so, with a sense of peace and fulfillment, they began their walk into a world that now felt infinitely richer, brimming with the possibilities of a love awakened by divine grace. From the moment of Galatea's miraculous transformation, the bond between her and Pygmalion began to blossom into a harmonious symphony of shared existence. Pygmalion's heart brimmed with contentment as they spent their days together, basking in each other's presence. No longer was his workshop a lonely sanctuary filled solely with silent sculptures. It had become a vibrant abode where the warmth of companionship cast away shadows of solitude. Galatea, once a marble vision of beauty, now stood as a living vessel, absorbing the world with joy and curiosity. Each day was an exploration, filled with the simple pleasures of life, a gentle breeze caressing her cheek, the ground cool beneath her bare feet. As she marveled at the play of sunlight filtering through leaves, her laughter echoed like musical notes across the courtyard, enchanting Pygmalion anew. Their relationship, characterized by mutual admiration and quiet companionship, became the heart of their world. Together, they shared moments of serenity, both honoring and discovering the artistry around them. Galatea's becoming piqued interest around the villagers, drawing inquisitive glances and whispers among the community. Her sudden presence was a topic of much conversation, stirring curiosity yet scarcity of understanding about the divine miracle that had unfolded. The villagers watched with intrigue as Galatea walked beside Pygmalion, both embodying a union of love and life. Pygmalion, who once chose isolation, now found himself intertwined with the pulse of the community, a change symbolized by Galatea's gentle presence at his side. The sculptor, heretofore known for his reclusive artist's heart, now appeared rejuvenated both in spirit and in craft. Their shared life was rich with gentle joys, a mixture of melodies and laughter filling the sun-dappled courtyard. Music resounded from simple instruments, complementing their blissful exchanges where words were few, yet unspoken understanding was profound. It was such sounds and shared silences that underscored their growing bond, elevating everyday moments into timeless treasures. Galatea's intrigue extended beyond her own existence as a masterpiece. Her appreciation for artistry led her to observe Pygmalion's other creations with tenderness and interest. The sculptures surrounding them in the workshop were no longer mere displays of skill. They unfolded narratives to her, each detail a story told through chisel and marble. Engaging with these sculptures, Galatea brought a fresh dimension to Pygmalion's appreciation for his own craft, a mirror of life's beauty and love. Inspired anew, Pygmalion found himself overflowing with ideas born of shared love. The presence of Galatea breathed life into his creative process, guiding hands and heart toward new ventures. Under the influence of their shared reverence, his sculpting transcended the material, becoming gestures of devotion to the invisible threads binding art, life, and love. Within the gentle cocoon of their newfound world, their union was quietly celebrated by those around them. In the spaces where solitude once clung, joy now echoed through their intimate exchanges, drawing neighbors near with sentiments of admiration and curiosity. Pygmalion and Galatea's transformation journey seemed to ripple outward, subtly guiding the community to a deeper appreciation for the interplay of love and artistry. As their lives began intertwining with the fabric of the community, Pygmalion's creative prowess bloomed under the influence of Galatea's loving presence. Her adaptation to life stood as a testament to the transformative power that Aphrodite bestowed upon them, a gift that transcended mere existence and breathed grace into their shared presence. Pygmalion's workshop might have been the birthplace of their journey, but it was the world beyond that bore witness to the reverence of their love, unfurling layer upon layer of shared experience. Beneath the warm embrace of summer skies, the courtyard where they shared tranquil moments became a living canvas adorned with soft green hues and earthy browns. Nature itself seemed to acknowledge their union, joining its chorus to the harmony resounding from their shared affection. The art of living life through love enveloped them, casting its gentle glow into the community at large. Their story, a seamless blend of love and art, gently ushered others to seek their own expressions of heartfelt creativity. As day surrendered to twilight, Pygmalion and Galatea's peaceful embodiment of love influenced the deeper currents of community life, preparing them for the stories they would continue to write. Against the backdrop of the Mediterranean light, in the gentle embrace of early autumn, Cyprus buzzed softly with a comforting warmth as it welcomed the delicate union of Galatea and Pygmalion into its heart. The couple, wrapped in Aphrodite's enchanting blessing, slowly integrated into the daily life of the villagers. Galatea, once a masterpiece of marble, now breathed vibrant life into her surroundings, captivating all who crossed her path. Her transformation from still sculpture to spirited being was nothing short of miraculous, and the villagers regarded her with a mixture of reverence and curiosity. Galatea's presence infused the community's celebrations with newfound joy. She and Pygmalion attended local gatherings, bringing with them an aura of love that spread through the village like a gentle breeze. Their laughter mingled with the sounds of festivities, creating a symphony of warmth and unity. Through these shared moments, they built bridges of camaraderie, enriching themselves and those around them. Their love story became a living tale in the village, with whispers of Aphrodite's grace flowing like soothing waves through shared meals and spirited dances. Pygmalion, deeply inspired by the daily interactions and the vibrant life of Galatea, found himself brimming with creative energy. The mundane sights and sounds of village life transformed into motifs for his next series of sculptures. Each piece carried echoes of the joys and heartache of everyday existence, infused with the magic of Aphrodite's blessing. Galatea, too, participated in his creative process, adding the gentle curves and soft lines that only a touch of divine femininity could bring. Their collaborations resulted in creations that spoke not only of aesthetic beauty, but also of the dynamic and shared experience of love. As their home became a gathering place, meals and stories flowed like a river of warmth and harmony. The couple's abode turned into a sanctuary of shared companionship, where friendships flourished over hearty dinners and tales spun under the flickering light of lanterns. Galatea's mellifluous voice, a gift of the island's song, enriched conversations and became a cherished part of the community's daily soundscape. Her presence was like a songbird fluttering softly through the foliage, adding melody to the symphony of village life. The relationship of Galatea and Pygmalion stood as a living testament to Aphrodite's blessing, a divine emblem sewn into the fabric of daily life. Their love inspired not only art, but also the conversations shared by villagers, weaving new threads into the tapestry of communal bonds. Stories of their enduring love became tales of hope and inspiration, whispered under starlit skies and carried on the gentle breeze of the Mediterranean night. Galatea's transformation from stone to vibrancy and her seamless integration into society uplifted those around her. Love, in its purest form, inspired creations beyond the realm of art. It became the foundation upon which a community rested. Pygmalion and Galatea's interactions with the villagers were marked by mutual respect and admiration, inviting others to reflect on the transformative potential within their own lives. Their intertwined existence became a beacon of creativity, offering glimpses into a world majestic with simplicity and divine grace. As the leaves on cypress began to whisper stories of the changing seasons, Galatea's influence on Pygmalion's artistry grew. Her perspectives infused his work with a newfound tenderness, capturing the essence of genuine beauty found in everyday moments. The once solitary sculptor, now enveloped in communal life, embraced the inspiration that flowed from shared experiences and collective joy with a fervor. In the twilight of early evening, the village hummed with shared stories, laughter, and the whisper of lanterns as they danced to life. Pygmalion and Galatea sat amid the animated gathering, their love offering silent guidance and inspiration. The villagers looked to them as embodiments of Aphrodite's favor, and their presence fortified the bonds between people, crafting an unspoken legacy linked by affection and shared dreams. Through the enchanting climax of autumn light, Pygmalion and Galatea revealed the universal strengths of love and artistry as they helped sew the threads of community life together. Their shared journey inspired those around them to embrace life's simplest wonders, breathing vitality and color into both the landscape and the hearts that inhabited it. As they gazed toward the future, their union stood bathed in the soft glow of Aphrodite's benevolence, an ongoing narrative written to the rhythm of the island's eternal song. In the tranquil embrace of autumn's gentle breath, Pygmalion and Galatea found their lives enveloped by a warmth not just their own. Their modest home, nestled amid the evergreen heart of Cyprus, glowed with an ethereal light that seemed to radiate from the love they shared. It was a dwelling marked by the subtle influence of the divine, for Aphrodite, the goddess of love and beauty, graced it with her unseen presence. Occasionally she would visit them in disguise, her divine aura concealed beneath the guise of a wanderer or a humble guest, leaving behind traces of wisdom and encouragement. Aphrodite's guidance was never loud or forceful. Rather, it wafted like a soft breeze, caressing their lives and conversation with gentle nudges towards understanding and compassion. During her visits, she observed the couple with kindness, ensuring that their love blossomed with the seasons. She imparted her wisdom through simple acts, a word here, a gesture there, each one bolstering the foundation of their relationship. Inspired by her presence, Pygmalion's creativity flourished, and Galatea, once marble and now alive, explored her own potential with newfound freedom. Their home exuded an atmosphere of artistic inspiration, enriched by Aphrodite's benevolent influence. It was a space alive with creativity, where Pygmalion's sculptures took shape, and where Galatea found joy in her own expressions of art. Each creation bore the subtle fingerprints of divine guidance, resonating with the same spirit that had once sparked life into cold stone. The villagers, witnessing the profound transformation within the couple and around them, felt an uplifting influence echoing through the community. As the couple's union enriched their home, so too did their love extend beyond its walls, casting a warm glow over the village. The bonds within the community grew stronger, with love acting as an invisible thread weaving people closer together. Villagers, young and old, gathered frequently to bask in the gentle warmth that radiated from Pygmalion and Galatea's union, eager to share in the joy and inspiration it nurtured. New songs filled the air, and vibrant artworks adorned walls, all inspired by the deep affection the couple embodied, a testament to Aphrodite's enduring grace. Pygmalion, deeply moved by the goddess's unwavering kindness, embarked on a new series of sculptures dedicated to her honor. Each work of art celebrated Aphrodite's beauty and benevolence, capturing the nuances of divine presence and love. Galatea, equally inspired, discovered her own creative talents. She began to paint, infusing canvases with the vibrant colors of life she had come to know and cherish. Her art spoke of transformation, much like her own journey from stone to life, and it enchanted all who beheld its beauty. Through their art, both Pygmalion and Galatea expressed their gratitude to Aphrodite, their hearts filled with reverence for the goddess who had blessed them so abundantly. Their creations became offerings of thankfulness, acknowledging the harmony and happiness that had arisen under her watchful eye. These expressions of gratitude only strengthened their bond, drawing them closer together in love and shared purpose. In their quiet moments of reflection, beneath the starry cloak of night, Pygmalion and Galatea would pause to consider the wonders that filled their lives. They often found themselves marveling at the beauty that love had sculpted into their existence. Each gaze exchanged a silent thank you to the goddess who had made it possible. It was in these moments that the couple realized the profound depth of their fortune, understanding that they were not just living a life fashioned by love, but one blessed by divine intervention. Aphrodite's quiet interventions continued to reverberate throughout the community, her influence evident in the flourishing arts and the palpable spirit of unity among the villagers. The goddess had become a silent muse to many, her invisible hand guiding the hands of creators and lovers throughout the village. Her gifts of wisdom and love wove seamlessly into the fabric of daily life, nurturing a thriving culture of appreciation and artistry. Through Pygmalion and Galatea's tireless expressions of art and love, the goddess's presence remained a comforting constant, an eternal reminder of the power of divine inspiration. Their lives, intrinsically linked by the goddess's benevolence, evolved into a tapestry woven with creativity, compassion, and gratitude, a living testament to Aphrodite's enduring grace. With each passing day, Pygmalion and Galatea's love story continued to inspire, uniting hearts and minds under the gentle influence of the goddess. Their lives, touched by her light, became a beacon of hope and harmony within the community, a sanctuary where divine inspiration and human affection flourished hand in hand. As the night sky draped its dark, starry veil over Cyprus, the soft glow of their home stood as a testament to the everlasting gift bestowed upon them, a gift born of love and nurtured under the divine gaze of Aphrodite. The goddess, though unseen, watched over them still, her gentle guidance ever woven into the lives she had so lovingly shaped. As the seasons gently shifted, casting new hues upon the island of Cyprus, the lives of Pygmalion and Galatea mirrored the natural cycle of renewal surrounding them. The once still marble figure, now vivid with life, had brought a fresh sense of purpose to the sculptor's days. With each passing moment, their bond grew stronger, crafted not from stone, but from shared experiences and mutual understanding. The rhythmic change of winter to spring infused energy into their daily routine, prompting both Pygmalion and Galatea to explore life's myriad possibilities side by side. Through quiet mornings tending their flourishing garden, they would exchange gentle words and laughter, nurturing not only the vibrant blooms, but also their deepening connection. Every task, no matter how small, became a learning opportunity, binding them closer with each new discovery. This shared growth was woven into their interactions, as if each leaf unfurling under the warmth of the sun mirrored the opening chapters of their unfolding lives together. They learned from one another, Galatea's curiosity met by Pygmalion's seasoned wisdom, creating a seamless tapestry of love and companionship. In the heart of the community, their presence was felt as a gentle, guiding force. Pygmalion's artistry, once driven by a solitary quest for perfection, now evolved, reflecting the maturity and beauty of the life he shared with Galatea. His sculptures, imbued with the grace of lived experience, spoke of a love that transcended the mere physical form. Each chisel mark carried an echo of the harmonious life they cultivated, a testament to the profound influence Galatea had on his craft. Galatea herself blossomed, finding joy in her chosen endeavors. Her touch was evident in the small details that adorned their home and community. From flower wreaths for festivals to intricate designs that captured the essence of spring, her contributions highlighted the unique beauty she brought into their world. The couple's garden, under their tender care, became a vibrant haven of color and life. It was an emblem of their nurturing spirit, where every plant and flower embodied the fruits of their harmonious partnership. Neighbors often marveled at the garden's splendor, finding peace and inspiration in its bountiful embrace. As time unfurled, Pygmalion and Galatea's influence extended beyond the confines of their home. Together, they became pillars in the community, embodying the power of love and creativity to transform and uplift. The villagers, inspired by their story, sought to emulate the harmony Pygmalion and Galatea exemplified, integrating these ideals into their own lives. Quiet afternoons often found the couple at the center of community gatherings, sharing wisdom collected over time. Their love was more than an inspiration. It was a catalyst for others to seek and nurture their own connections, prompting artistic expressions that bore the unmistakable trace of Galatea's and Pygmalion's influence. Their evolving contributions to the community continued to solidify their legacy. Pygmalion's artistry matured, capturing the essence of lives lived fully, enriched by love. Galatea's new skills added dimension to her being, weaving her presence into the fabric of their shared history. Together, they symbolized creativity and connection, elixirs that sustained the spirit of Cyprus. Through the gentle passage of time, Pygmalion and Galatea remained steadfast in their devotion to each other, their love a constant yet evolving presence. It was a bond that fortified them against the elements and challenges of life, a testament to the blessings bestowed upon them by Aphrodite. As the seasons continued their endless cycle, so too did the couple's renewal, finding endless inspiration in their shared journey. Their story became synonymous with the essence of love and art, cherished by the community they had helped to nurture. In the tranquil setting of their garden, hand in hand, they embraced the abundant life they had cultivated together. And as spring sang its song of renewal, Pygmalion and Galatea stood as living embodiments of love's transformative power, enriching the world with their timeless tale. In the serene twilight of their shared years, Pygmalion and Galatea lived a life woven with threads of love and artistry. Both now older, time had tempered their vigor, but had not dulled the vividness of their affection. Their love, ever youthful, was a testament to the enduring power of their bond, nurtured by Aphrodite's divine grace. Memories filled their home, with walls adorned by art that captured echoes of their journey together. The couple often found solace in reflection, cherishing the path they had walked hand in hand. Grateful for Aphrodite's blessing, they marveled at the miracle that had transformed their existence. Their love had not only been a source of personal joy, but had also enriched their community, leaving behind a legacy of creativity and inspiration that transcended their lives. Pygmalion's later works were imbued with the essence of enduring love, each sculpture a tribute to the divine favor that had animated his once lifeless masterpiece. His creations were celebrated not just for their aesthetic beauty, but for the profound story they told, the transformation of marble into flesh, art into life, and solitude into companionship. Galatea's presence remained a powerful symbol of transformation, demonstrating how art could breathe life into inert matter. Her story was recounted across the village as a myth of love, a tale of devotion that stood the test of time. The couple, whose union was born of stone and prayer, now served as a beacon of the creative spirit. Their story became an emblem of hope for the young artists and lovers who looked to them for inspiration. As they aged, Pygmalion and Galatea's unity grew ever stronger, symbolizing lasting affection. Their bond represented a love transcending age, igniting a warmth that enveloped all who came into contact with them. Each year, the community came together in celebration, dedicating festivals to Aphrodite, the goddess who had interwoven her divine threads into the tapestry of their lives. Their love story, retold in whispers among villagers, became a foundational myth, inspiring harmony and creativity. Those who heard it were moved by the sincerity of their affection and the magic of their journey. Pygmalion and Galatea's tale endured as a cherished part of local tradition, intertwining myth and reality with every retelling. The couple's home, a sanctuary brimming with the creativity and warmth they nurtured, revealed a life enriched by shared love and artistry. Within these walls, family heirlooms and artworks spoke silently of their years together, each object a memory captured in form and color. The peaceful environment was a testament to the couple's devotion, reflecting their lasting impact on Cyprus and its people. As the light of day faded into evening, Pygmalion and Galatea would often sit in quiet repose, surrounded by art that depicted their journey. This tranquility echoed the serenity of their hearts, filled with a love that had defied the limitations of time and space. Their story, a timeless narrative of devotion, was retold in the festival songs and tales passed from generation to generation. In the whispers of the evening breeze, there was the constant reminder of a transformative love, a love that bridged the divine with the mortal, art with life, and stone with flesh. The serene continuity of their life flowed in a gentle embrace, celebrated in every heart that touched their legend. Thus, the island of Cyprus embraced them, etching their tale in its landscape and nourishing the myth that still resonates today. It is this embrace that promises continuity and prepares the narrative for the enduring legacy to be revealed. As the years passed on the island of Cyprus, the legacy of Pygmalion and Galatea only grew deeper, entwining itself with the very essence of the community. Their profound love continued to inspire generations, becoming a beacon of hope and a testament to the transformative power of art and affection. The story of the sculptor and his living masterpiece was not just a tale of creation, but one of enduring beauty and never-fading devotion. Statues and songs alike immortalized their narrative, ensuring that the ideals they once lived by persevered in the hearts of those who followed. Pygmalion's artistry, rooted deeply in his love for Galatea, set a standard of excellence that resonated through the ages. His sculptures, once an isolated pursuit, became celebrated works of timeless beauty, radiating the love and care with which they were formed. Visitors from distant lands marveled at the delicacy and profound emotion captured in his creations, which adorned not only their home but the village square. Each piece seemed to whisper the tale of its creator, recounting the story of how a sculptor's devotion transformed the marble coldness into a living, breathing testament of love. Galatea, stepping gracefully into life's embrace, became more than an inspiration. She was a source of artistic expression in her own right. Her presence in the community catalyzed a flourishing of creativity. Her influence was felt as children drew and painted, experimenting with colors anew, and as poets spun verses ardent with the wonder of life she embodied. The villagers often turned to her not just for her physical beauty, but for the depth of understanding she shared as one who had been both art and artist. Through her, the vitality of creation reached into every corner of the island. The legacy of their union extended well beyond the couple themselves. The community, once reflecting only individual aspirations, now thrived with an ethos built upon the ideals of love and beauty, epitomized by Pygmalion and Galatea. Their story became a cherished narrative, interwoven with local tradition. Every year, during a festival celebrated in the goddess Aphrodite's honor, the villagers would recount the tale of how divine grace had touched one man's faithful heart and brought his masterpiece to life. The air would fill with joyous songs, dances, and the laughter of lovers, all devoted to honoring a love that drew both power and blessing from the divine. Couples on the island and beyond began to look to Pygmalion and Galatea for inspiration and guidance. They saw in them a reflection of virtues to aspire to: commitment, patience, and a love that thrived amidst the quiet strength of enduring faith. Their lives set an example of what love could sculpt from the rough stone of human frailty into the flawless form of pure devotion. Storytellers ensured that the myth of Pygmalion and Galatea was preserved with care for future generations, passing down not only the events but the alchemical essence of love, which remained just as vibrant when retold under the soft, golden glow of an island sunset. Gatherings where their story was shared became common, fostering a sense of community spirit woven seamlessly with the couple's legendary bond. Immortalized not just in art and song, but in the very soul of the village, Pygmalion and Galatea's love became a powerful symbol, a celebration of love's ultimate potential to bridge the divine and the mortal through its transformative grace. Statues, intricate in their detail and reminiscent of the original masterpiece, stood proudly throughout the village. Fountain-centered squares featured sculptures that whispered the old tales, their marble faces not just invoking the likeness of the couple, but capturing their spirit. As the sun set over the island, painting the buildings in hues of sunset orange, rose gold, and deep burgundy, villagers gathered around the central square, warmed by the stories passed down to them. Here, surrounded by art inspired by two lives entwined in eternal devotion, they found hope and inspiration. The gentle rustle of the autumn breeze carried whispers of the couple's everlasting legacy, a testament to their unwavering bond that had defied the boundaries of art and love. In this embrace of love's eternal continuity, Pygmalion and Galatea's story prepared the island for an everlasting legacy. Even as their mortal lives had woven themselves into the past, their narrative had become a cherished legend, guiding the future, a gentle reminder that love, in its truest form, is the greatest art of all. The village square, embraced by the warm hues of a setting sun, was a gathering place for stories passed down through generations. Each year, the people of Cyprus would come together to celebrate a story as old as the island itself, a tale of love and transformation that had touched the very essence of their culture. Pygmalion and Galatea's story, entwined with the island's history, continued to resonate through the hearts of many, an enduring testament to the power of art and affection. As evening descended, storytellers gathered, their voices weaving the myth with reverence and awe. To the younger generation, this was more than a story. It was a part of their heritage, a legacy of creativity and devotion. In every retelling, the essence of Pygmalion's devotion and Galatea's miraculous transformation was relived, capturing the island's imagination and grounding their culture with timeless wisdom. Theirs was a love that transcended the boundaries of time, remaining alive in the hearts of all who heard their tale. The influence of Pygmalion and Galatea extended beyond their myth. Art and culture on the island bore the rich imprints of their tale. Sculptures resembling Pygmalion's masterpieces became landmarks, standing proudly under the Mediterranean sun. Artists found inspiration in their bond, creating works that echoed the divine intervention of Aphrodite. In every brushstroke and chisel mark, there was a whisper of the miracle that had brought a statue to life. Their home, nestled amidst the verdant landscape, became a site of pilgrimage, where lovers and dreamers alike came to bask in the legacy of love's transformative potential. The walls that once heard the quiet conversations between Pygmalion and Galatea now held the whispers of countless others who sought connection and beauty. Each stone and path stood as a silent witness to the power of belief and the timeless story that had unfolded within. Each year, as the calendar turned to the day of their transformation, the island blossomed in celebration. Festivals honoring Pygmalion and Galatea's love and the divine intervention of Aphrodite filled the air with melodies and laughter. Entire villages adorned with flowers and sculptures echoed the joy that their story had eternally inspired. It was more than a remembrance. It was a living, breathing acknowledgement of love's enduring grace. The island itself seemed to pulse with the story, a living testament to an unbreakable bond. Villagers passed down sayings inspired by their love, etched into the very soul of the community. Every stone path, every ripple upon the sea that surrounded Cyprus whispered their names, weaving their story into the very fabric of the land. Their names resounded in the wind and echoed in the water, embedding their legacy into the island's core. The elders, keepers of long-held wisdom, embraced Pygmalion and Galatea as both historical figures and mythical icons. Through their teachings, stories of the couple's journey from art to life were imparted to the young, a reminder that love's transformative power remains unbounded by time. As symbols of creativity and devotion, their presence was palpable within the traditions that marked the island's cultural tapestry. Pygmalion and Galatea were immortalized not only in marble and melodies, but as emblems of love's everlasting potential. Across the island, from the highest hill to the whispering shores, their embrace was reflected in the life breathed through each story told, each song sung, a tribute to the enduring, timeless nature of their union. As the story was passed from generation to generation, the message remained clear. Love's transformative power transcended even the span of time itself. And as the sun receded into the horizon, casting a twilight blue over the tranquil island, the people of Cyprus found serenity in the knowledge that Pygmalion and Galatea's story would forever be a beacon of hope and transformation. The gentle breeze carried their tale forward, a reminder of the universal potential within love's embrace, a narrative enveloping both listeners and storytellers in its calming embrace, a circle where art and life, myth and reality dance together in eternal unity.